to show you a little project that I want to do. You know, you get Amaryllis as gifts, and this one was a gift for my birthday from my mother-in-law, and it's going to be a red Amaryllis, so it's going to be absolutely perfect for Christmas. But it came in this pot, and this pot doesn't really go with my decor. And so I wanted to change it, and I put it into another pot. Now, I love blue. You know, blue and white is all the trend right now, and I absolutely love it. And one thing that I absolutely love about this pot is it actually has cutouts. And those are going to be very, very beneficial to us in just a minute, because I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with those cutouts and how I'm going to use them to enhance this. Now, if you had gotten this Amarilla, you could have just put moss around the bottom and it would have been great. But there's something about that tall, lanky Amarilla that I really want something heavy at the base. So I've gone to the yard and I've cut a few things that I want to use in making this more of an arrangement than it is just a potted plant. So one of the first things I went out and got were some branches off a tree that has an awful lot of lichen on it. I love that wintry green look in that lichen, and so I want to use it. So I'm going to start with it. I'm going to cut off this stem, and this is one of those things where you're just going to play until you feel like you've got it right. So I love the way that that sits down, and I love the way that this even comes up. And none of this is inhibiting on this bulb at all. So I love the way that looks. Then I'm going to grab this other one. Love the coloration on this. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to do that, and that's a little long, so let me cut it. So we're going to kind of do like so. And then I'm going to drop this one down on this side. So kind of what I've done here, guys, is I have made it so that it kind of cascades down. Now I've cut some floral wire, and I've cut it into about 5-inch strips. And I want to take using either those holes or just wiring them together. So I'm just going to wire these sticks together. So they've kind of formed a frame around the base of this Amarilla. All right, let me get a couple of little pieces of wire here that will hold it all together for me. Now, if I wanted to be assured that it didn't go anywhere, but the way that these cross, it will not, I could have used the holes in this pot to have wired it to it. All right, we're just going to go around with that. All right, so now I have my wires in place, and I've held my framework together, okay? And I absolutely love it. I love that we've got a little bit of color with the lichen. I love how we're kind of dipping down a tiny bit. Let me look at it from the front here. I do like it. I think I really want another piece that hangs down. Let me cut. Let's see here. Go down with that just a tiny bit, but I think I want one more piece right there. And I'm going to take this one and I'll flip it over. So much like, yep, that's what I want to do. So now I've added that, and I'm going to wire it together. And just to be sure that it all stays in place, I am going to run a little piece of wire through one of the holes on the pot. I'm just going to tighten it down. Another thing that I can do using these sticks that I've gone around this Amarilla is I can actually pull it to make it stand up just a tiny bit more. All right, and then we're going to do it on this side too. So you can see what we've done. We've just created a beautiful little framework around the base of that Amarilla. And again, I've not messed with the soil the Amarilla's in. I've not done anything that's going to inhibit that Amarilla from growing or anything like that. So here, now I've got my framework, and I really like it, and I like it's kind of abstract. I love that how we've got something coming up here. Then what I'm going to do is, this is cedar, and I love the little berries on it. They really are just, they just add so much. Again, kind of that wintry white. And I only picked a couple of pieces of this because I don't want to use a lot of it. And the thing with this cedar is that it will retain its shape and its color even later when it is not been in, of course it's not going to be in water, but it will retain its shape and its color once it's dried. So as long as your Amarilla will last, this will still look good. Again, I kind of want to drape it down a tiny bit so you can see what we've done here is and what I've done is I've used the way that I have wired these twigs in as what I would consider a flower frog. So they are keeping my cedar in place underneath those pieces. All right, and now I'm going to take and add a tiny bit of this. Is called monkey tree or common China fir. And I'm going to add a little bit of it. Again, using that flower, that twigs around the base of it as, I'm going to call it a little flower frog. Something that's actually holding in my greens. All right, the monkey tree or the China common China fir, Lord, get your words right here, is another one that will actually hold its shape, hold its color without being in water, without being planted or anything like that. So it is something that the color will keep throughout the rest of the season. Again, as long as your Amarilla will last, this will last also. So guys, I'm going to tuck in just a couple of more little pieces here in the back. And I do really like the draping effect. I like where it kind of goes down towards my books or my table. All right, and I can't see how good that looks on that side, but I really do like it on this side. And that's all that I'm going to do. Well, no, I think I'll add a few of these little pine cones. And again, these are off of the common China fir. And so I'm going to do, like this one's a double. And I'm just going to take this piece of wire and kind of wrap it. And that's one thing about the little cones. I kind of want to do them in a cluster. It's, you know, it's one of those things when you talk about gardening too. You know, when I first started gardening, and even today I have this issue where I'll take and plant, I go, oh my gosh, I've got 6 of these plants, and I scatter them all over the garden. When in actuality, what you should do is you should plant them all together so that they make an impact. And so that's kind of what I'm thinking with these little cones here, is I really want them to make an impact. So I'm going to kind of stick them all in one area. And again, using that wire to wire it to one of my little twigs here. So just kind of wrap it around the twig. Floral wire will take care of a multitude of sins, guys, so you can use it to do just about anything. So you can see there, I've added those 3. I'm going to step around here to kind of look and see what I think, and I love it. All right, guys, and now what I want to do is, the camellias are absolutely beautiful in the yard right now, and we've got some gorgeous varieties. This one's a new one this year, and it's a beautiful peppermint stripe, and look at the size of this thing. I mean, it's nearly as big as my hand. And then I believe this is debutante. I'm not positive, but I think that it is, and I absolutely love it. But this will be, and this is going to be a red Amaryllis, so pink would be absolutely beautiful with it. But I'm going to choose, because I have a luncheon this week, and it's a Christmas luncheon. I'm going to choose one in the red, and I'm just going to set it right there in place. So guys, this is something really simple. I'm going to move this out of the way so that you can see it in its entirety. Really simple to do. And if I wanted to, I would probably move that. And if I had another red camellia, I would set it right here on my book. Let me take the stem off of that and just set it like so. And maybe I would even add a tiny bit of this monkey tree to kind of scatter off of the side there. So guys, I hope you can see that. Oh, I even like it with 2. So guys, that is the finished product. And what I have done, all I've done, is actually just dressed up this Amarilla. And all of this will stay throughout this entire season. And it will look good until the Amarilla doesn't look good any longer. and then you can just take it off. Again, the twigs worked as a flower frog. I love the color on the twigs. But anyhow, guys, something really simple to do that will dress up a common little amarilla.